Hello everyone of the land of the YouTubes. It is I, Eric the Cyborg, coming to you with a brand new deck or not brand new, but updated profile from long time hence. This is going to be after obviously the Albaz structure deck and after Dimension Force, because new set came out. Because why the hell not? I'm showcasing today branded Buster Blader, because why not? It works. So start off with the Buster Blader lineup. Obviously nothing changes. 3 Buster Whelp along with the one of the best child, Destruction Sword. On normal summon for the Buster Whelps, surges a Destruction Sword card from deck to hand. That's the main reason you use it. Your main normal summon. And then Dragon Buster, while it's equipped, your opponent can't summon monsters from the extra deck. To accompany those, you play 2 Buster Blader. You could play the retrain one. Dragon Destroyer, I think it was called. You could play that one, but this is just easier because he's just already called Buster Blader. And the other one is treated as Buster Blader while in the graveyard mainly more. And this is just treated everywhere else, or in general. That's it for the Buster Blader stuff. For the Despia stuff, I'm running 2 of Aluber and 2 Tragedy. On summon for the Aluber, search for a branded spell or trap. And then Tragedy searches for a Despia monster when it's sent to graveyard by card effect. You mainly summon him off a branded opening, pretty much just to get your search going and get your branded place from there. The last 2 Despia monsters is 1 Dramaturge and 1 Adlib. Summons itself when used as fusion material, and this summons any banished Despia or level 8 fusion that's either banished or in your graveyard. And then double Fallen of Albaz. I'm thinking about running a 3rd one in because of the new card that came out in Dimension Force, the Alba Linitus. So I might run a 3rd copy of Albaz in the deck, and he's basically just a on summon super poly that can be responded to. For the other monster addition to the deck, 1 Hex Heal Fusion. I'll show you guys why in the profile. If you know why, you know why. For the hand traps, I'm still fixing up the ratios for all this stuff. So right now I have 2 Ash, 2 Ogre, and then 2 Gamma, 1 Driver. Gamma just helps that so that your branded opening doesn't get ashed, or your branded fusion don't get ashed, or whatever. And then just Ash and Ogre for the good hand traps right now this format. That's it for the monsters. Onto the spells. The spells are mainly just all branded stuff, branded Despia stuff. Obviously the 3 branded fusion. If you summon from your deck, you're locked into fusions during that turn. Simple. 3 opening. Non-cost discard a card, summon a Despia monster from your deck or add it to your hand. And this gives protection to your fusion monsters only by card effect, which is unfortunate. If it could protect them by battle, that'd be great. But card effect is best. Other stuff, 2 Brandon in red. Mainly using this to summon out Guardian Chimera, or you can summon out other stuff with it too. And then 1 of the Field Spell. Field Spell Poly is good. It's a nice little way to get extra stuff to your grave. Yeah. Along with the Foolish Burial to send Tragedy to get a free search, or to help set up for your Buster Blader stuff. And then Call by the Grave, because fuck hand traps. Onto the wide range of trap cards, because this deck is heavily big on traps. This ratio never changes, it never will. 3 prologue, 2 memories. This never changes. This stays the same. Prologue stands for cost, which is the absolute busted thing of this thing. Sends a Buster Blader and a Destruction Sword card from your deck to the graveyard as cost. This summons a Buster Dragon from your extra deck or graveyard. They could Ghost Spell this, because you can summon it from the graveyard, but 100% of the time you're summoning from the extra deck. And then memories, you banish it from your graveyard as cost to basically banish the fusion materials listed on a Buster Blader fusion monster to fusion summon. So that's that for the Buster Blader traps. The rest of the traps, triple imperm for effect negation, 2 trap trick to help utilize getting an imperm out or set up the prologue on your opponent. And the last trap card is Branded Banishment. I'm going to probably run 2 of this, because you could also trap trick it. So I'm probably going to add a second copy. This card is busted. Well, not busted, but it's busted.
It's super poly, except you can respond to it.
Yeah, but it's busted. So that's...
What, super poly, is it?
Yes. That's it for the main deck. Onto the extra deck. There's only 1 Link monster that I'm running in this extra deck, and it was never Verti Anaconda to start off with. Link Rebo. This helps set up a Buster Whelp in your graveyard as a dragon target for your fusion. You could also do Almirage, but this is just better because you could also just tribute Tragedy from the field. I mean, sure, you won't get the effect, but it's just free Link Rebo. And then the synchros, obviously 1 Buster Dragon, and then 1 Hot Red. I was thinking about running a second Buster Dragon, because you can easily do that in this deck. I just don't know the room for it. I just don't got the room for it. And then Hot Red, you make this before basically Buster Dragon dies. You no summon Dragon Buster or Buster Whelp, Synchro itself, and the Buster Dragon make Hot Red for free target negate. Onto the big plethora of fusions now. Obviously Buster Bladers, 2 of the Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman. Your main boss monster of the deck next to the branded stuff. For those who don't know what he does, or don't remember what he do, dragon monsters in your opponent's possession cannot activate their effects. So no matter where they're at or where they're from, they just cannot activate. All dragon monsters on your opponent's field are changed to a defense mode. He gains 1,000 attack for every dragon monster in your opponent's graveyard and field. The graveyard boost only works if you're actually facing against dragons. If you're not facing against dragons themselves, then that pretty much becomes useless. But the on-board gain is the best, because Buster Dragon makes all monsters on your opponent's field dragons. And he also deals piercing damage. The only downside to him is that he cannot swing directly, because if he was able to, that'd be way busted. So to the bunch of the branded Alabast fusions, double Mirror Jade. Once per turn, send a fusion monster that lists Albaz in its text or as fusion material to your graveyard as cost, to non-target banish a monster on your opponent's field or on the field. And if it's sent to the graveyard or leaves the field by any means, you can, during the end phase, destroy all monsters that your opponent controls. And tip for people who don't know, if you use his effect to banish himself and then bring him back, you can do it again. Because it's not a hard once per turn effect. To go with the Mirror Jade to Albion. On Fusion Summon, he Fusion Summons by banishing the materials from the grave or anywhere. Fusion Summon, and then Lubellion also Fusion Summon, but he shovels back the materials into your deck, but you have to discard a card.
Bravery knew no bounds. He was brave beyond all reason. Almost insane, you think, how brave he was.
Sorry. For the one Despia fusion, Quaratus, I might eventually change him out for a Masquerade, because I feel like Masquerade is just a whole lot better right now, because dealing bird damage is fun. But yeah, Quaratus, basically just my placeholder right now for a Masquerade, personally. The new boy, Alba Lenitus. This card in this deck is so much better because if you have your Buster Dragon out against your opponent and you summon Albaz, you pretty much contact their whole entire field because they're all dragons. Because he just says follow Albaz plus one or more dragons, and he's a contact fusion, so he don't care where they're from. So you literally just have your opponent have a whole board of monsters, have your Buster Lock going, contact all that shit out, bring him out. I mean, sure, he can't swing directly. Well, he can, just not for multiple attacks, because that's only on the monsters. And during the end phase, when he's sent to the graveyard, you basically just add a Polymerization normal spell or a Fusion normal spell to your hand. Basically, just search Branded Fusion. If you play DP, you search Fusion Destiny, search Poly, search Super Poly. No, just Poly. Basically, just anything you want. One Chimera. Summon this with Branded Red during your opponent's turn. Mainly, you get at most one pop because you mainly want to get the draw 2 effect more. But there's some times where you want to get the pop 2 effect as well. But either way, he's still a nice boy to have. Unfortunately, I'm not running Poly, so he won't have the target protection on him. But most of the time, you're not going to worry about that. Main Super Poly target is Dragostapelia. Super Poly target against everything in Albaz and other decks. Now for the main reason why you saw the Hexia Light Fusion in there is for obviously Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, or as Scott likes to call him,
Hell Eyes Satan Spawn.
Yes. So obviously you make this with the Albaz and the Light Steel Hex Fusion because you can treat it as Dark Magician and just do it like that. I do have a side deck that's not fully completed. It's just a small basis for what I have right now. So you could do a quick little run on it. 3 Lancia, Necro Banshee for Flunders because fuck those birds. Obviously Super Poly. Just against the mirror match, this is the best thing to do. Against anything else going second, Dark Ruler no more. Just negate their whole field and then get over it. Duster, Zombie World, because fuck the birds. Don't touch.
And Dragon Link.
And Dragon Link. 2 Day Barrier, and then 1 Red Reboot. So that is my current build for Branded Buster Blader. Make sure to let me know in the comments below what you guys think, what I could change, what things I could burn. Anyway, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, click the bell for notifications for upcoming deck profiles and other future content, and we'll see you all next time.